Here we are in our third interview with our ArtWorks crew. Give us a little lead in.
I am Christopher Beiting, and I am an alumnus of Thomas More College, 2013.
I'm Cress, a senior at Thomas More College.
And I'm Jacob Condon, I'm also a senior at Thomas More College.
Great, thank you. So, tell me about how you guys wrapped up your projects. How did that work out? I mean, do you have to do some sort of presentation, or was it messy? Was it clean? Give me an idea how closing out the projects went.
Well, our project, we actually ran a little bit over. We had the last week was for the detail crew, so we cut our apprentice down to 6 people instead of 12. And we worked that whole week, and it still wasn't done, so we worked from the Monday to Thursday of that next week. And on that last Thursday, everything was done, but we still hadn't clear coated it yet. So pretty much we had to get 2 layers of clear coat on the entire wall with just half the people. So we worked fast. We did it. We worked real fast though. And I don't know, it was a little rushed, but it still turned out great, I think.
My project was a little weird because the amount of detail that was on my mural, we had to extend the project anyways by, I think 2 weeks. So anyways, we were way longer than most of the other projects were, keeping the apprentices on. And a lot of them couldn't stay for both detail weeks. Some of them could stay for the first week, or they could only stay for the second week. And I think only 3 of us were able to stay for both weeks. So it was pretty easy to sift through to see who to get rid of and who to keep for detail week.
So they kept people over to finish up with the details. But Chris, you ended up you moved from project to project?
Yeah, the end for us was kind of weird because we got done so much quicker than a lot of the other groups did that while we were finishing up, I got moved to the Christian Moorline mural for a week, and then I got moved back to the James Brown mural to kind of help finish up there with the smaller team that was left over. And then there were still some complications with our final critique and clear coating that we had already put 2 layers of clear coat on, and then the board kind of came around and decided that they wanted us to fix a few things, so we had to sand part of the clear coat off, which was a little messy. And then while that was being completed, I got moved to another project for the last 2 weeks of that project. So I actually wasn't there for the very final day of James Brown, and the final project that I was on, I wasn't there for the final clear coating of that either. So I pretty much got to see to the end of 3 projects, but I wasn't ever there for the last day. So it was kind of bizarre.
Are you guys happy with how your murals turned out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tina had to stay over a couple extra weeks after everyone had left and finish the whole thing by herself. I was able to come in a few times as volunteer to help her out, and I know Shay Beagle was able to help her out, but maybe once or twice. But for the most part, Tina had to finish it all by herself. And I came back one day to help her clean everything up, so that way the following. Yeah, that afternoon actually, after I left cleaning up, then she was able to clear coat everything.
For Jacob and Karen, the experience that you had with ArtWorks, has that affected your senior project at all, or your work as you continue here at Thomas More?
Well, for my work specifically, I really enjoyed the way Tina Westerkamp, did her figures, because like I've said before, she would take the colors from the background, from the sun over here, or from this building over here, or these plants over here, and the colors around the person would be reflected on their skin. So it's you'd have greens and blues and pinks on their face, and you're like, what? But when you just go ahead and just throw it on there, it makes the person glow and appear more cohesive with the piece. So that's really helped me with my stuff, because it's oh, I can do that and make my work a little bit more interesting, because this is super beautiful, so now I'm going to use that with my stuff. But
And she was kind of a mentor to you.
Oh yeah.
With subject matter and stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of hit on a lot of the same points that you were.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
Style-wise, how our mural is, it's not really, it doesn't mesh with mine as much, because it's really graphic. I usually don't do too much of that. But we had to make a couple art contacts over the summer, and so I was able to kind of talk to the lead artists and some of the teaching artists on the mural and make little contacts there. And I told them about my senior show, and they were able to like kind of give me some advice and stuff. So I mean, not influence my art exactly, but at least the contacts I made were helped to like kind of solidify my idea and just give me some bright ideas what to do over the next semester.
What are you expecting as far as an art career? Do you have an idea or a concept of what you want to do, how you want to use your art when you get out of school? Do you have any kind of like a lofty goal that you are trying to achieve?
I'm going to open my own studio gallery so I can teach people of all ages different forms of art without having to join a school or a program. I want to do it myself, so that way people can just come to me directly. And you know, if I have my own studio gallery, I can put on my own shows whenever I want, or have people come to me and give other people opportunities, you know, so I can help other people in everything that I do in regards to art. So, I mean, I know exactly where I'm going, what I'm doing with that.
We had talked about joining her.
Move right in.
But no, I mean,
Manager!
that seems something very feasible that I would like to be a part of. And then I've been doing a lot of films with my creative partner, Lee Schatzman. He's interested in being a director, so we've been doing a lot. I've been doing sound and stuff for some of his films, and have been writing and doing storyboards and everything else, and kind of kicking some of those things around. So right now I'm just enjoying working for ArtWorks and getting paid to make art, and continuing to kind of climb that ladder and see what there is and do everything I can to continue it, because it's been exciting.
Long term, I wouldn't mind going the teacher route, because I really like the idea of ghosts in the ceiling. I really like that idea of passing on just like what you've learned to the next generation, just kind of contributing in that way. But short term, I wouldn't mind trying my hand being an illustrator, just to like kind of get experience, get out in the market, and just kind of see what I can do. So whether I actually succeed or fail, I at least have something to teach the people I'm teaching in the future.
I thought about teaching as well. And you can always teach lessons on the side, continue to make your own work. So
Yep.
there's all kinds of possibilities.